Take number 3. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Let Us Pray. I hope you're having a blessed and prosperous Sunday. Back with this NBA rant video for all you NBA heads, hoop heads. You already know what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to be talking about your boy Kyrie Irving. Some people think it's okay just to stop in the middle of the street, apparently. Kyrie Irving, he's heading up a delegation of players that do not want to go to Orlando and participate in this bubble experiment. And that's what it seems like. It seems like they're going to be part of an experiment, y'all. They're going to be lab rats of sorts. Can they survive? Will that outbreak happen? Will COVID be able to infiltrate the bubble? All these many questions revolving around NBA's plan to start a delayed and a shortened NBA season, trying to salvage some revenue for the 2020 season and declare a 2020 champion. We were being fed many reports that were all in line, that all the star players were in favor of going to Orlando and participating, continuing the season. Everybody's on board. LeBron James heading this, headlining, of course. He's on board. LeBron wants to play, let's play. That's pretty much what that was telling me for the past past month and a half. LeBron wants to play, let's play. But that man, Kyrie Irving, he's been a thorn in LeBron's flesh, LeBron's side for a little while now. Kyrie Irving, better known as Uncle Drew, he said, nah, man, we got a lot going on in our country. Black men are getting killed all over this nation. We've got the Black Lives Matter movement that's going out right now. Plus with COVID-19, why should we play? I think it'd be better that we stay home, use this platform, really focus on the issues at hand, and let's start fresh for a 2020-2021 season, instead of coming back and going to Orlando. Also, just to be noted that Kyrie Irving is injured. He wouldn't be playing anyway, but his voice carries a lot of weight in NBA circles. It said that about 80 players participated in a couple conference calls with Kyrie. So you'd be thinking that some of these guys have similar opinions to Kyrie, who is no doubt a superstar in the NBA. He's a bad man. Injuries have kind of slowed him down and have kind of made people forget about who he is and what he's capable of doing. But make no mistake, Kyrie Irving is a top 3 point guard in the league. He can do it all, man. He can shoot the rock, he can pass, he can handle. He probably got the best handle in the league right now, hands down. It's just, no pun intended, hands down, right? NBA champion, made the game-winning shot to win the NBA championship. Went on a tear the last 3 games. Was giving Steph Curry the business. Klay Thompson, whoever was guarding him, was getting the business from Kyrie, man. So, one thing about Kyrie, he's not ever afraid of speaking up. He's never afraid of controversy. He's never afraid to voice his opinion. He's never afraid of being controversial. That's not in his blood. He speaks up, even when it's not popular. He speaks up regarding, social injustice. He speaks up regarding, basketball. He speaks up regarding politics. He's a very intelligent young man. Some people, they use the term, he's woke, you know what I'm saying? So he's not just a shut up and dribble guy. Like, we have a lot of guys out there who just want to play ball. They don't want to speak on issues. They don't want to be controversial. They just want to cash their checks and go home every day and play ball. Kyrie's not that guy, man. He's out here to stir the pot, and I believe he's actually doing it to be a voice. And this road is so bumpy. To be a voice for some of these players that voices may not carry as much weight as his does. Okay, just imagine if a guy like, I don't know, let's just say Ian Clark. Ian Clark, no shade on you, brother. No shade at all. I love me some Ian Clark. But if Ian Clark came out and said, you know what, I don't want to play in Orlando, guess what? People gonna be like, Ian Clark, so what? Right? Who's Ian Clark? Come on now, you know who Ian Clark is. Two-time NBA champion, I believe, for the Golden State Warriors. Come on now. You know who Ian Clark is. Stop playing. But let me say this. The fact that so many players are considering not going to Orlando. The fact that the NBA has been coming up with all these alternate methods of still completing the season, regardless of if these 80 players don't want to participate, and declaring replacement players available for these teams that are going to be losing some of these stars. These replacement players would be coming from the DLeague. This sounds like a circus at this point. Another report came out that teams can ship their own home court to Orlando to play on their own home court, I guess technically for home games, right? No fans, but you're going to play on your home court. Take apart the wood and ship it to Orlando. Sounds ridiculous, man. It sounds like just a big, huge circus at this point. I mean, what do you have to gain at this point? Except for a little bit of revenue. What do you have to gain? You got players that don't want to play. You have a virus that's out there that's already infiltrated your league. Yes, you can test people day in and day out. But guess what? All it takes is one. All it takes is one person to contract this virus, and it can just spread like a wildfire. I think it's too dangerous as far as COVID's concerned. And then in reference to the social injustices that are going on in our country right now, I think their platform, the platform of NBA players, is one of the most recognized platforms in American sports. I think people like LeBron James, who's known for speaking out on issues in our country, political issues. I think people like Kyrie Irving, obviously. Steph Curry. Shout out to Steph for coming to the Palo Alto Black Lives Matter protests. I think these guys could do just so much at this time right now if they don't have to worry about basketball. Yes, I understand. They want to get back to work. They want to get their paychecks. I get that, but they could do so much right now. Just by not playing and using some of that energy, using some of that time, more of that time. Time away from basketball, time away from practicing, time away from playing, time away from worrying about who's going to win the NBA championship, time away from wondering if somebody who went out last night wasn't supposed to go out of the bubble, if they came back with COVID. I mean, there's just so much to be concerned about with this whole Orlando bubble mini season. To me, it's just a really bad idea. There's more to lose than there is to gain at this point. There's more to lose than there is to gain. I truly believe that. And like I said, I understand. I get it. People want basketball back. Excuse me. They say, oh yeah, it's a good distraction from what's going on. Guess what? We got YouTube. We got many different ways of viewing basketball. NBA.com, NBA TV. Basketball hasn't went anywhere. Anytime you want to watch an NBA game, you can. Like, basketball hasn't went anywhere. It's gonna be there. It's gonna be there. It's not going nowhere. We don't need to rush anything back, okay? Basketball is not going anywhere. So, if I could speak with Commissioner Adam Silver, if I could speak with LeBron James, if I could speak with the NBA Players Association, I'm telling them, no, I want you to scrap this. No, your health is more important. Your family is more important. The issues in this country are more important right now. Use this platform, use this time, and focus that energy on how we can create change in this country. This country needs you. This country needs you right now. You may be saying, well, what do I know? I'm not an NBA player. Obviously, I'm not. But guess what? At my job, I'm not going to name names because I know she wouldn't want me to name her name. But there was a young lady who came into my place of business who happened to play in the WNBA for 15 years. I was able to have a nice conversation with her and surrounding, Orlando and just the whole, premise of the NBA coming back and, all these variables with the bubble. And she clearly said she thinks it's a horrible idea. She would never do it. And she hopes, they don't do it. Like I said, she's bona fide. She's a bona fide superstar in women's basketball. Not WNBA only, but she was a college superstar. High school, obviously, she was a standout. I can't remember if she won an NCAA championship, but I believe she did win a WNBA championship. So she's certified to speak on this issue a lot more than I am. And even she said it's a horrible idea. She wouldn't do it just because of so much that could go wrong. What do you guys think out there? Like I said, this is just my opinion, but I think it's a really bad idea for the NBA to try to come back right now. I applaud Kyrie Irving for his courage, for coming out and speaking up. The narrative had already been painted by the media, but he had enough courage to speak up for those those voices that weren't being heard at the time, and speak out for those guys. So shout out to Kyrie, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep speaking up. Keep letting your voice be heard. That lets me segue into this movie as I wrap up this segment here of NBA Rant. This movie that I saw, The Hate That They Give. You need to watch that. Speaking of letting your voice be heard, the hate that you give. The hate that you give. The hate that you give, man. You got to watch that. It's such a powerful movie. You're going to understand exactly what I'm talking about. Letting your voice be heard. You're going to understand exactly what I'm talking about. Don't ever let anyone silence you. Don't ever let anyone shut you up. Let your voice be heard, man. So that's what I'm trying to do, man. Like I said, I don't have all the answers. I'm just throwing some dialogue out there, and wanting to see what you guys think on these topics. I would hate to see another breakout in the NBA, or outbreak, I should say, of the coronavirus. It was scary last time because you didn't know what to expect. Now we know a lot more of what the virus is than initially in the NBA, when it hit the NBA back in February. So yes, they have plenty of tests and all that, but this virus is it reacts differently to everyone. It reacts differently to people. So sure, if you're healthy, you got a good chance of fighting it. It seems like a better chance if you're younger and you're healthy. But there's also, they were saying, well, the virus doesn't kill young people. Well, the virus has killed some young people since then. So we don't know. We don't know how everyone's going to react. We don't know how everyone's going to be able to sustain themselves, even with treatment, with a respiratory disease like this. Something that attacks your lungs, attacks your whole body, and ferocity. We want to keep the exposure as limited as possible, which is why I think just sports in general really should kind of take a backseat to this virus, man, until we can really say for sure that we have some sort of medicine in which these coronaviruses, virus victims, can be treated, and we don't have that right now. We don't have that. We don't have a vaccine. We don't have anything that's been proven, any treatment or practice that's been proven to cure these victims. I can wait. I can wait on basketball. I can wait on football. One thing you can't get a redo in is life. You know what I'm saying? So lives are more important at this point. It's your boy, Let Us Pray. I hope you have a blessed and a prosperous Sunday, man. Take care. Much love to you. I'm sitting at Popeyes, man, about to get, I'm not getting a chicken sandwich. Just gonna get some food for the family. So much love to you, man. Much love to you and yours. Take care. Be safe out there. Social distance. Wear your mask. Wherever you go, man, just be safe. Much love to you and all your loved ones. Peace and them out. Smash that like and subscribe button for your boy. Peace and them go.